doing the Kendall Catwalk up here by Snoqualmie Pass. And let me tell you guys, well, I guess I should just be honest that my trip to Alaska and the drive down was not what I was really hoping for. And it turns out now the person I drove down from Alaska with has made off with my passport, vaccination card, and some of my other belongings. So I have pretty much been a victim of, I guess would be theft. So yeah, so much for making a new friend, because yeah, now I've got to worry about identity theft. Don't have my vaccination card, so I've got to go track down a new vaccination card, and I've got to go notify the passport agency that my passport has been stolen. So I am not a happy camper right now. So that is the last time I am going to ever do a road trip with anyone I have never met in person before. Never again. So for any of you out there meeting someone for the first time and you've not met in person, do not go on a road trip with this person, because you never know what it's going to end up being like. And personally, I like to be honest, I felt like I was walking on eggshells the entire time during the trip. For one, I've got no experience with RVing. Two, I'm not mechanically inclined, meaning I'm pretty bad when it comes to knowing how to do mechanical things like figuring out electrical systems in an RV or boat. I never really had parents that showed me those masculine things growing up. And that was a big turnoff for this person I was with. So yeah, they pretty much go. Yesterday morning, we had a little bit of an argument because she was telling me that I had to make an appointment at the DMV when I had called them up and they told me, you can just come right in. No appointment is necessary. Then I get a text from her saying, you got to call the DMV. You got to check their website. This only took a minute. And I thought she was just a little irate, but turned out when I walked out back into the parking lot, her RV was gone, along with my passport and vaccination card and my Kangoo jumps and some other pieces of clothing. So now I'm kind of really under a lot of stress, because here I am. I've been really working hard to try to make new friends this summer, and instead I get taken advantage of by someone deciding they're just going to make off with some of my belongings. So that's kind of where it's at right now. So like I said, I'm trying to just kind of relieve some pent-up frustration here as I'm hiking along the Kendall Catwalk. Yeah, so Tony, yes, my passport and vaccination card is in the RV of the person I traveled down from Alaska with, and they decided to just spontaneously take off yesterday morning, not telling me where they were going. She's not responding to my texts or phone calls, and so now they've got my passport, they've got my vaccination card, and this is not what I was hoping for to close out the summer, being a victim of theft. So I'm telling you guys out there, if you're going to meet someone in person, for those of you just joining in, take it from me, my experience. Do not ever go on a road trip with anyone you have only met online. And do not make sure that you clear, and if you're brave enough to go with someone, make sure that you take inventory of all your stuff when you're back home, because here I am. I was pretty trustworthy of this woman. She was like, I'm gonna go help you find a girlfriend. I'm gonna go help you make new friends. I'm gonna help you with speed dating. What you need, she was telling me, what I need is a wing woman. And then she was telling me that you need to really focus on your YouTube channel. Forget data analytics, forget programming. You need to focus on your YouTube channel. You've got character. People love you. And no, instead, I'm a victim of theft. Oh, this is so freaking frustrating. So, yeah. So pretty much the reason why you guys did not really see much footage from Alaska or the trip down was essentially the experience was pretty much a train wreck. I mean, it was, like I said, like I said a little earlier, I felt like I was walking on eggshells the entire time. And so right now, I'm actually trying to I'm not really trying right now, but I'll catch up with a few other people from the hiking group I'm with. And I think there's someone coming up behind me from the group. They'll catch up with me, and I'll probably end up hiking with them. But until I lose coverage, I just kind of want to share with you guys that you got to be careful when meeting people online. I surely don't have $200 right now to renew my passport. And if I need to find part-time work, well, then I'm gonna have to get it anyway. So that's gonna set me back about a couple $100 plus $60 for expediting. Not looking forward to just throwing away $260 plus my Kangoo jumps are about $225, $256 I think. So I'm out about $500. You know what I really wish they did with thieves? No, I'm not gonna say it, but they need to do they need harsher punishments for thieves. They really do. It's like they just get a slap on the wrist and that's it. You steal and it's funny. If my stream gets interrupted, it's because I will get a call from law enforcement. I have called law enforcement, but they are taking their sweet time getting back to me. Good old Bellingham. They're like, oh, it's no big deal. It's not an emergency. It's only your passport and vaccination card. And it's been like, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes now. So I want to get the hell out of Bellingham and move closer to Issaquah or North Bend or Kirkland, where I can be closer to the hiking group, closer to the people I've been making friends with. That's what I want to do. I got to get out of Bellingham. No offense to those who live in Bellingham, but it is not the place for someone my age, single, not the place at all. So like I said, Bellingham is an awesome outdoor place. It's got lots of good places to eat, lots of breweries. It's an outdoor paradise. But if you're looking for human connection, you do not want to live in Bellingham if you're single and my age. Forget it. You will suffer, and you will suffer more, and you will suffer more loneliness than you ever imagined. Yeah, this is probably, I think this is the most angry I've ever been on any video. It's like a combination of, I think, like, it's interesting. This woman told me that when she said that, here's what's interesting. She was like, Bellingham is so dead. Bellingham reminds me of living in Alaska. No one to talk to dead city. Oh, Tony Guerrero. Thank you, Tony. Give Tony some love for the super chat. I know, Tony Guerrero, thank you. Oh man. Oh, I can't believe that this is happening. Here I was a month ago, so looking forward to potentially making a new friend. And instead, it's like they just took off. No text, no nothing, no, I'm gonna be staying the night here, I'm gonna be parked over there, nothing. And I've tried calling her a few times now, left her a text, but no response. So luckily, luckily, I've frozen all my credit accounts, so no one can open any credit cards or bank accounts in my name because I've frozen with all credit bureaus. But the fact is, they do have my passport, and that kind of makes me a little nervous. Oh man, this is so sad, guys. That here I was having an awesome summer, getting out there and thinking, wow, I'm actually going to meet one of my YouTube fans in person. Gosh, no, they end up ghosting me, and worse, they end up getting away with some of my belongings. Ah, geez. So let me show you guys some of this scenery here. I know you guys are probably getting tired of my outrage. So here's some of that footage from the Kendall Catwalk. Shah Rajang. Hope I pronounced that right. Much love to you. Shah Rajang. All right. Yeah, this is for you. Take in this view, Shah Rajang. So all the people, to quickly fill you in, the person that I came down with Alaska with, she took off in her RV. Hey, Angel Levesque, thank you. You're awesome. So, you are so awesome. So, getting back, the person I came down from Alaska with, they just suddenly took off. She took off from her RV yesterday morning. No text, no phone call, no indication of where she was going. And I didn't think of anything at first because I thought, it's like, oh, okay, I've got pretty much most of my belongings out. But then this morning I realized, wait a sec, I'm missing some stuff. And then it occurred to me, my passport and vaccination card is still in her RV, and she's nowhere to be found. I've tried calling her, texting her, and I've called law enforcement, and they're taking their sweet time getting back to me. And probably by the time they do, which will probably be another hour and a half, she could be in Oregon by now. They're probably going to call me, and I'm going to be out of reception. So thank you all to those, because I got to make sure BLSSDN. Thank you. Thank you. I want to show these super chatters some love. This scenery here. I know it's not much to see now, and unfortunately, thank you, 23 do P. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right, but let me see if I can pronounce this correctly. 23 do PE. Thank you. All right, thank you. Oh, man. Okay. So at this pace, at the pace I'm going now, I may not catch up with the other hiking members yet. But there is another member of the group that is supposedly behind me. And hopefully she will catch up to me before I catch hopefully she'll catch up to me before I get to the other hikers, because it could be a while before I catch up with the other people. Oh geez, so that's life, you guys. Sometimes it's going to take you for one hell of a ride. And if by chance this woman sees this live stream, I don't know. I think it's safe to say there really wasn't much of a friendship involved if she's just going to make off with my stuff like that. Because, okay, if you're going to ghost someone, if you're unhappy with someone, just tell it to their face. I would rather have someone call me out and tell me that, hey, you're not a good person, you're this or that. I would rather have them call me out and just tell it how it is. And I'm going to quickly pass this person here. Okay. See, I'm gonna jog past here, try to get out of. Okay. All right, I think thank you. Whew. Okay, good. I think I'm in front of everyone, not the group, but I was kind of close. I'm gonna sprint up ahead a little bit. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you. Okay, I know I just got. So, what was I saying? Yeah, it's like, if you're unhappy with someone and you've just met them, just be honest with them. Just say, hey, I don't think we mesh. I don't think it's gonna work out. And if you travel with the person, be like, okay, we're not getting along. I just don't think you and I get along. Make sure you've got everything out of my car, van, RV, and just go on, move on. But don't ghost a person. And on top of that, take off with all their belongings. So maybe she'll see this video and be like, oops, and she'll have a change of heart, and she'll at least give me a location where I can pick up my stuff. That's all I'm asking for. All I'm asking is, if she's watching this video, that she just gives me a location where she's at. I can pick up my passport and my vaccination card and be like, be on your merry way. Because obviously, once you've been ghosted, once someone just takes off, no notification, you know they're not going to be a good friend. It's been a summer of really weeding out a lot of people. For some reason, I knew September was going to be an interesting month, a very interesting month. And I got to make sure I'm getting around here. DM Vunico, if you're still here, you're awesome. That's going to help me a lot. DM Vunico. Yeah, so let me give you guys a little bit more scenery here, and I'm going to try to sprint up ahead a little bit. Well, not sprint, but put some distance between the hiker and behind me. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So to kind of refresh, okay, so hopefully, I don't know who's all just joined in, but I am on the Kendall Catwalk. In case you missed it, I am 1.66 miles into the hike, and it's about a 15-mile hike round trip. So, yeah, I don't know how far back I am behind the hiking group that I'm part of. They kind of took off. They were in a different parking lot and they started hiking. But I'm pretty sure I'll catch them before we get to the actual catwalk. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you guys a catwalk because I'll lose satellite reception way before then. Once I stop hearing the highway in the background, that's probably when I'm going to lose satellite reception. Right now, as you can see, the highway is probably about 500 or 600 vertical feet below me and a couple miles away. But as soon as I gain a couple more hundred vertical feet, in about another mile or so, I'm gonna be shielded from that highway nose, but also not have any satellite reception. Okay, so yeah, if you guys are wondering what happened, I mentioned it a couple of times in the beginning of the video, but just for all of you out there, I know it's been a really tough year and a half for a lot of you guys out there with COVID, social distancing, isolation, and a lot of people are wanting to get out there and meet new people. Tony Guerrero, thanks once again, Tony. Yes, Tony, thank you. You're awesome. So, like I said, a lot of people are wanting to get out there and they want to make new friends. They want to reduce their loneliness. And how do you do that? Well, you put yourself out there, and people are doing it even through means of online methods like dating, group activity. Now, of course, you're thinking, well, I've met people through an online forum, Facebook hiking groups, but that's different. You're not doing a road trip with them to kick things off. And second of all, you can get to know a person pretty well when you've hiked with them over a long hike or over several different hikes. Plus, you can kind of hear from word of mouth what they are like as a person. So it's much safer to hang around with someone a few times. And it's interesting because sometimes I was funny. One of the people that commented on the group, they're like, DW, you're awesome. DW, rock on, DW. Rock on, DW. So I say, there could be people that are your closest friends, but you may not be able to handle a road trip with them or be roommates with them. On the other hand, there could be people that you love a lot, you get along, but then you go on a road trip and they're like a different person. So it's one of those things. When you go on a road trip with someone, I think it's safe to say you pretty much will figure out if you were even going to be girlfriend, boyfriend material, or if you're looking for, whatever your orientation is, if you're looking for a partner, you're going to find out pretty safely whether or not they would make for a good long-term partner over a road trip. And so I've heard stories of road trips just turning into a complete disaster. And that's kind of what happened to me. Because you guys are probably wondering, where's all the footage from Alaska? What happened to all the hikes? It was just like, I got to go back up there again. I really need to go back up to Alaska and really experience those awesome hikes. And on the way down in the Yukon, just like bring a paddleboard some of those lakes and do some hiking, cycling, and really experience the remoteness. But I do have to remember, I need to make sure I get a satellite phone because you do not have any cell coverage for miles and miles up there. And if something happens, you're pretty much SOL. Yeah, it's been almost 2 miles and I still haven't caught up with the group. They said they're doing the catwalk and I'm on the catwalk trail. And so this is where they said they're hiking. And I feel like I'm going at a decent pace. I'm only doing like intermittent efforts here. So I've been on here 23 minutes and I called law enforcement about 10-15 minutes ago. So that's how long it has been before they have even gotten to my needing to report a theft. So it's probably safe to say I'm not going to see my passport. I'm going to have to track down my vaccination card. And so thanks to all of you out there for the super chats. That's going to help me with having to replace my passport. And I'm going to have it expedited because I'm going to have to be, my software development program starts this fall in 2.5 weeks, but I'm going to have to probably find a little part-time job to kind of help with food because the tuition's already paid for. Tuition's paid for from the VA, but I'm going to need a little extra for food and stuff. So I'm going to need my passport as a document because my social security card, it's buried way deep in storage. And I've just pretty much relied on using my passport. So I have no choice. Come Tuesday, I'm going to have to report it lost and stolen and start the process. Pain in the butt when I should really be studying and gearing up for my classes in the fall. But no, that's what happens when you meet dishonest people. And I hope she's watching this live stream. Just have it in your heart to let me know where you're parked so I can just take get my belongings, and you can go on your way. Oh, jeez. That's and then I'll forgive her too. I'm a pretty forgiving person. But if you're just gonna not respond to my calls or texts, and you're pretty much driving off with my stuff, that's not cool. But if someone's cool about it, and they're like, hey, I was in the wrong, or sorry, I didn't mean to, I was having a bad day. Hey, just be honest. Let me get my stuff, and you can go on your merry way. Okay, so now I'm coming up to some cool spot here. The first open area of the trail. This is where it starts getting a little interesting, and I'm probably going to start losing reception here pretty shortly. So when I do, I want to thank you guys ahead of time for joining me on this update and live stream here from the Kendall Catwalk Trail as I make my way up to the catwalk. And I'll make sure to upload one of those like short videos of showing you guys the catwalk itself. That I'll do. So I figured I'm kind of giving you guys an update. I can finally feel I'm a little less tense now, just a little bit less. I mean, when you're missing your passport and vaccination card, that is pretty stressful, but hopefully I will meet up with someone from the hiking group, and that will even take off more pressure, I'll have less stress. So here's some more trail for you guys, because I know some of you guys like to see trail. So here it is, guys, the Kendall Catwalk Trail, and that's Guy Peak that you see in front of you. Good old Guy Peak. There's Alpental's in the background. That's a ski area I used to grow up skiing at. Alpental's back that way. Whew. Good old Alpental. Whoo, yeah. That's where I grew up. That's where I grew up skiing, and I had the nickname of Rat Boy. In my teens and 20s, I almost skied. Well, I skied that mountain almost every day during the winter season, getting over 100 days a year. Powder Tuesdays, when they would close the area on Mondays, they would get a lot of snow Monday night. Powder Tuesdays, that was a cliff sending fest day. Tuesdays and a powder day. And right in front of you, that red peak up there, that's Red Mountain. Hence the name, Red Mountain. So I'm glad that you guys are getting some of this scenery in here. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of wondering where the rest of the group is. Can you believe this? It's a Sunday, Labor Day weekend, and there is no one in front of me or behind me. And this is in one of the busiest hiking areas in the state. So where is everyone then? Whew. That's a good question. Where is everyone today? See, hopefully you guys can get another glimpse of Red Mountain before it cuts off here. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna thank you guys in advance for joining in. Thank you to all of those in their support and helping me cover the costs of helping me to replace my passport. And so that's going to help a lot. Thank you to all of you guys out there for doing that. And for the rest of you for joining in, thank you for your comments, your support. And let me just see who's so I just kind of wanted to really kind of get some feelings out, and I'm going to kind of pick up the pace a little bit here. Oh, look at this trail. This is actually a pretty fairly runner friendly trail. Look at that scenery. There's Red Mountain. There it is. So just to give you an idea of what the catwalk is like, it's similar to this, only you are above the tree line, above most of the trees, and it is an awesome view. Woo! Oh, wow, man. Yeah, so it's been almost an hour and I still haven't caught up with the group yet. And half hour since I've been live now on this trail. And I'm just gonna probably keep going until I lose reception. And I'm coming up behind another couple of hikers. So I'm gonna kind of go a little silent here for a bit. So, because people like their peace and quiet when they're hiking. So I'm just gonna kind of talk softly. So my apologies if you don't hear me well. I'm just gonna kind of keep it silent because I don't want to be talking too loud. Because when you're out here in nature, you don't want to hear someone blabbering out loud. So hopefully you guys can still hear me, but I am gonna pick up the pace. Don't know how much longer I'll have coverage for, but just gonna keep my way. Okay, so once I pass these people, then it's gonna be a little bit. Okay. Whew. Okay, I probably want to see it. Okay, I'm about to pass them. All right. And you're right. Thank you. All right. Okay, so try to get ahead here a little bit. Yeah, I would think that. I mean, I'm not going that slow. I'm averaging 2.6 miles an hour. John Donnelly, you are awesome. John Donnelly. John Donnelly, give that channel some love. Good old John Donnelly. He's got the same last name as my first name. All right, here's some more trail. Look at that scenery. This is why this trail is among the favorites of many people. It is no wonder why people enjoy doing the Kendall Catwalk. And it's a pretty fun running trail too, if you're doing this as a trail run. I actually did this trail in the fall as a run, and it was raining at the bottom. And snowing higher up. And by the time I got back down, even lower down, I'm starting to look like a mess here, guys. Apologies for that, but okay. So, like I was mentioning, I have jogged this trail. It was in October, November, raining at the bottom, snowing up top. And by the time I got towards the bottom, there was like an inch on the ground. Very, very fun trail, especially in the fall. You never know what you're gonna get for weather. Like today, it was supposed to be kind of rainy, and it turns out it's actually a partly to mostly sunny day up here. You can see Red Mountain behind the trees there. That's actually a very popular spot in the wintertime, that general area for skiing, but you do have to be careful for avalanches. All right, so I've gone. Yeah, I'm really surprised I haven't caught up with the group yet. I'm hoping they met this trail. I don't know of any other catwalk trail up here. This is the catwalk. That I'm certain. But the other people, because there's another trail called the Snow Lake Trail, and that's like a traffic jam on a weekend like today, on a day like today, Labor Day weekend. That is literally a traffic jam on a trail. You are not getting around people on that one. It can take you, I heard it can take up to 3 hours to get back from the lake. And the lake's only like 3 miles. And that's how slow it can be. Wow. God. Okay, let's see. I'm going to set my phone here. I'm going to set my phone down for a second. I'm going to put my pack here. That's perfect. Rock here. Okay, cool. All right. I'm back. All right. So no one behind me. And supposedly there was someone that was supposed to be coming up a little later. They were about probably 20 minutes behind me by time. So they're like 20 minutes behind, but they haven't caught up yet. And this person's pretty fast too. And I'm not going, I'm going okay. I'm not going slow, but I figured the person behind me would have caught up by now. But it's hard to say. I am going at 2.6 miles an hour. So it's hard to say, but I figure I'll catch up with them. If anything, they're gonna probably be taking pictures when they get up to the catwalk. So I'll at least be hiking back down with the group. And I am gonna have to get some water here. So I'm gonna have to set the phone down again for a little bit. Although I'm tempted to wait I'll wait for the satellite reception to clear off. But maybe I shouldn't do that, because if I lose satellite reception, I risk not having the video properly upload. So I really want to, I think I'm getting into more trees now. So I think I'm going to kind of say my goodbyes. Let me just check and see who all checked in here. I know I'm not going to be able to get to everyone that came in here, but just wanted to kind of just take note that for those who gave the super chats, the super stickers, many thanks to you. And if it turns out I do not get my passport back, you guys have helped me to cover the cost of what it's going to cost me to replace my passport. So I'm not going to be able to get to everyone, but just know that I will read you guys' comments. And I'm going to go up, another hiker here. I'm going to kind of go up here. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to read you guys' comments when the video uploads. And so here it is. Here's a trail marking sign to Della Meadows. So this is where the trail branches off. So I gotta make sure I'm going in the right direction. No, I'm not lost, but I'm gonna make sure I am going in the right direction, because I'm gonna backtrack because I know there was one turn off here, and I want to make sure I don't miss the turn off. Yeah, so Morgan Moran, yeah, he missed a story here. Let me just make sure I didn't miss a turn. No, I don't think I missed anything. Okay. Yeah, so for those of you just joining in, yeah, you guys can rewatch it from the beginning, because I'm about to close out this video. Tony Guerra. Let me just kind of, I just want you guys to know that I will read your guys' comments. And if you guys have any questions, I'll get to those when the video finally finishes processing. PayPal, I don't have a PayPal. I know YouTube takes, I think, 30%. I'm not sure how it works though with chats. I want to say it takes 30% from ad revenue, but I'm not sure if it does for chats. That's a good question. Commonwealth Basin. So I'm on the right way. So that's to Meadow Lake, or whatever that lake is. Commonwealth Basin. So I'm on the right trail. Yeah, all the people, the gifts, yes. I was answering his question. I do not have a PayPal. So PayPal, okay, PayPal. Keep that in mind, guys. PayPal. So I know this is, all right, so, Venmo, I do have Venmo. I do have. Cash App, I've never heard of that, but I do have a Venmo. Let's see. What else do I have here? Do you like woodworking? You'll have to fill me in on that. I'm not a woodworking. Is that like wood? Is that like sculpting wood, or I'm hey. Yeah, Sabia S. Yeah, they were asking about PayPal, and I'll definitely have to look into that. Yeah, so Timothy Keltner, hello to you. Thank you for joining in. Uh, Making sure I'm good. All right. It's interesting that you say that. Jiggly. Oops. Okay, where's I think there was, yeah, someone was commenting. I think Jiggly. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your usernames properly, but yeah, I think I was getting Jiggly Mebob. Yeah, she told me that she felt uncomfortable showing her face in the videos because she didn't want to be the target of trolls. That was the reason why she told me that she was like, she just didn't want to be the target of trolls. She didn't want people to give her a bad name. And I think I kind of found that offensive in a way, but I guess not, because people are pretty picky when it comes to social media. And so it's kind of, it's like, I respect that, but then it kind of makes me wonder, is she just embarrassed to be with me, or what was the agenda? So who knows what it can be, but you will notice that I don't have people in my hiking group in many of my videos. I think there's only one video where it's like a dusk and there's some people in the hiking group, but you can't really make out their faces too well. Other than that, I don't like having people in my videos because, out of respect, some people don't like to be in a video or in a Facebook posting. So I'm really careful about that. So I don't know. It's one of those things. I've always wondered, how do those big time YouTube stars find people that are willing to kind of go on their journey on their channel? I've always kind of wondered that. Like, I see a lot of YouTube channels where the people will have their friends and they'll go on trips with their buddies. They'll do workout videos with their buddies. And those are always fun to watch because it shows the really fun part, shows people living life, going out there and having fun. But I'm not going to dwell on that too much because I've got myself a hike to complete. More like I'm going to be turning this into a trail run pretty quick here. Yeah, so to all the gifts, yes, I agree with you there. But for sometimes, the thing with Super Chat is it's super easy. It's convenient, yeah, but it's convenient, but at the same time, I can understand that people don't want to be giving. They don't want to be giving the money to YouTube when they're taking a certain part of the cut. It's like, I guess it's the convenience aspect of it. It's like, you just press a button and be like, all right, how much do I want to donate? Vamp Diva. You are awesome, Vamp Diva. Thank you. So I will definitely keep you guys posted on on what's going on. I will let you guys know if I do somehow manage to get my belongings back, what the ultimate outcome is. I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. I will not leave you guys hanging because, yeah, it's one of those things that it would be great. That would be the best outcome if I just got my stuff back and we just parted ways. Because if you're gonna do that to someone, just take off. No information, no text, no phone call. That's a pretty good chance they're gonna do that again in the future. So really, if you're watching this, to the person I went to Alaska with, if you're watching this video, all that I ask is you let me know where you're at, public place, and that way I can just get my belongings and we can go on our own way. That's all I'm asking for. So if you're watching this, as I said again, if you're watching this video, all I ask, you can meet me in a public place. That's what I want. I want to meet in a public place. Just tell me where you're at, and let's, let me collect my belongings, and I'm cool with that. And that's that. You forgive. I'm a forgiving person. As long as you come clean, you will be forgiven. I'm not that harsh of a person, but it's when you don't do anything that's not cool. John Nicelli. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. John Nicelli. John Nicelli. Right on, John. Oh, I can't believe this. It's been 45 minutes. Geez. Right. Yeah, so it's been what, an hour? It's been an hour 8 minutes since I started hiking. Yeah. And I haven't gotten a call back from law enforcement, so they're not going to do anything about it. So that's what it's like. That's my experience with law enforcement up in Bellingham. I remember one time I tried to report a drunk driver passing people on corners, speeding, passing people on corners. I mean, he could have literally killed someone. I tried calling it in. They didn't do anything. They don't really do much up there in that city. Thieves get away with a lot of stealing in that city. That's where I got I had my road bike stolen up there. Super bright colors, sticks out like a sore thumb. They never retrieved it. It's like theft. It's not important. Who cares? It's only a bike. We don't care about your bike. We don't care about your passport. So I don't know. I want to get out of Bellingham, so I got some more people I got to pass. All right. Okay. Thanks. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so I really want to get out of Bellingham. I got to get out of Bellingham. Yeah, so no, the person that took my stuff was not part of the hiking group. They were not part of the hiking group. It was someone I met off my channel. They actually met me from my YouTube videos. That's the person that's made off with my stuff. I met them through YouTube, and they contacted me through the email I gave, and that was that. So no, the person that has my stuff is not from the hiking group. That would be if someone steals from someone in a hiking group, they're not going to get very far. They're not going to get far at all. But there is Red Mountain up there. Good old Big Red. I could use a Big Red right now. They used to have Big Red gum. I think that's what it's called. Big Red. Good old Big Red. Yeah, come to think of it, I might just let this run till it does go out of reception, because then I can just hit end stream. Hey, John Donnelly. So hot sauce. Hot sauce. Yeah, so I've decided that I'm going to keep this thing going until I just get out of satellite reception. Because how often, I don't come up here that often, or until I meet up with the hiking group. Once I meet up with the hiking group, out of respect, I'll have to end the live stream. And not just for respect from the hiking group. And I think I might be catching up to them. I'm not sure yet. Maybe, maybe not. But, no, I don't think that's it. Yeah, I've actually texted her that. I told her, please respond to my text. If you don't, I will have to notify law enforcement. So I have texted her. This is okay. Yeah. So no, this is not my hiking group, but I got some people I gotta pass. So I gotta do this strategically without not get them in the video. On your left. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So that's how you do it. When you come up to people, go on your left, and then I try to go really quick, especially since I'm doing a video. I try to get past them, make sure they're not in my background. So I'm going to sprint up a little bit ahead. And hopefully I'll catch up with the group too. And I gotta get water soon. I have been under a lot of stress and I'm forgetting to drink, but now I don't want to stop and then have the people behind me catch back up. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let this keep going until I run out of reception. But I gotta check my battery power too, because that's the other thing. As long as I don't get to 20%. I might ask these people coming down, they see a hiker. Was there a group of hikers up ahead, like 3 or 4?
There's a lot of groups of hikers up ahead.
Yeah. I'm tired. I don't really. All right. Thanks, anyways.
No problem.
Well, it looks like because I'm essentially halfway to the catwalk, so it looks like this is going to be a solo hike for the most part, and hopefully I'll catch up with them on the downhill. This is a long drive. This was a 2-hour drive to do this hike. See, that's the other reason why I want to move further south, is that many of these hikes are only like 20 to 40 minutes for those who live in Kirkland, Bellevue, Redmond, Issaquah, Bothell, Woodinville, all the cities where all the group, pretty much most of the group members are at. Many of these hikes are really short driving distances. So this is like a hike. I would like do this trail once a week. That's how much I like this trail. And there's another one called Granite Mountain that I would also probably do once a week. Whew. All right. Okay. See. Yeah, it's funny because it's like so many people, I guess, are on this trail right now, but I'm not really coming across that many. And typically, I'm always wary of wildlife because it doesn't matter. There's people a half mile ahead of me or behind me. There could be a cougar up there, up in those woods, that's probably stalking me right now. A cougar. And I'm talking the 4-legged kind of cougar. Or there could be a cute, cuddly black bear that could be roaming around in these trees, getting their berries before hibernation season. So, but I feel like I'm just kind of putting all those fears and anxieties about wildlife off to the side right now. Because after all, I'm sure you guys would probably want to see a black bear or a cougar. Good question. I don't know what currency SEK is. That's a good question. I'm not sure what currency that is. Ooh, SEK. Oh, wow. Thanks for Sweden. So it looks like Christopher Rasmussen. Christopher Rasmussen. Christopher, let me give you some awesome footage for you. I wish I had something better to show you through here, but Christopher Rasmussen. Give that channel lots of love. I mean, I tell you guys, you got to give that channel lots of love. That's huge. Oh, Christopher Rasmussen. Woo. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. I can't believe this is. Well, it would have been nice to caught up with the group. I'm thinking they trail. They're not on this trail because I am going at a decent pace. You guys are